before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Eluding the pressure right. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Back at the 38-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Brings up third down and
from midfield now, Haskins. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
At the 40-yard line.
They go play action with Haskins. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Oh, boy, hang tight here. Down on the field, Juju Smith-Schuster. And everybody on that sideline holding their breath. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 tight ends up front here, third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up second down. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. A super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Let's go! And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Jackson on 1st down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his. Absolutely devastating effect.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Steelers' 1-yard line.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
The Steelers' 16-yard line.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Complete to number 18.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down, Baltimore.
Play action. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target.
But it's going to be 2nd down. To throw again. Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Oh, none of that. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Ravens 21. Steelers 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Now it's Haskins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Johnson with a completion over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Flushed out. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Play action. It's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Haskins.
And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time.
Picked off around the 41. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19 line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Ravens 34, Steelers 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again.
That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well, keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to some...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. A big seam, and he might go all the way.
Bring it!
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. And they'll indeed go for it with Haskins. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to get a score back. Boswell good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a first and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. There he goes right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll roll him out right.
Completion here to Claypool.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another Steelers first down.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Back to the air, Haskins after the pick six. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. Now this throw complete to Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit. And his kick is good.
Makes the score. Ravens 62. Steelers 21.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Ravens take over first and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts, and in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
2 yards Draws the loss, 2nd and 12.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about in the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore,
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. On the bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love.